Headbanger.
Welcome back to the Fanatic Radio, everyone. Thank you once again for tuning in to WVAU. This new thing we're trying out, sick instrumentals after commercial breaks. Hopefully it catches on. Hopefully I won't forget every single time I do it. But classic Gas by Mason Williams. Gotta love him. Fun fact, the first time I ever heard that song was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. Some good times. It's more like a rock and roll museum. Who am I kidding? Yet to see an actual Hall of Fame, but alas, I digress. But one of the big stories of the day yesterday that I love one of the first, if you haven't already tuned into Sports Center, is the lo and behold monsters that is UConn. We'll go from men's to women's UConn, where number 2 seed Notre Dame upset Geno's Huskies last night, 72-63. Stunned the two-time defending national champions, and send Maya Moore packing, the player of the year, packing in the Final Four, where it sets up a Notre Dame Texas A&M women's finals. This is probably one of the only times, other than American women's basketball, I will talk about women's basketball on this show, but this is a story that is worth sending out to the public, because for those of you that didn't know, that weren't following women's basketball, Connecticut had a 81-game winning streak going. I think it got to 82. Yeah, 82. Longest ever. It beat John Wooden's men's record back in the 70s, 60s, whenever it was. Rest in peace to Mr. Wooden. But the Bruins team went undefeated, won national championships. This team, when Maya Moore was recruited as a freshman, Gino Ariano said that great things were going to happen, and 2 national championships later, they did. This team lost to Stanford, had that record snapped over Christmas break, which I guess sometime in December. And so now, here they come to the Final Four. They managed to make it through their region, and lo and behold, they faced Notre Dame. And the last time, this UConn team has faced this Notre Dame team 4 times this year. I honestly don't know. Yeah, twice in Big East play, where UConn barely won by 5 going into the Joyce Center to play the Fighting Irish. So Notre Dame's women's almost pulled off the upset there. Went to UConn, and then once again the Big East tournament where UConn won. And of course, lack of depth is what everyone is saying, and what I clearly saw last night. So, Fighting Irish going to that national championship game for the first time since 2001. And Ruth Riley was on the team. That is a fun fact. And how do I know that? I have a baseball card of Sports Illustrated for Kids. I have a baseball card of her. It is. I don't even know how I still remember that, but just a little throwback there for you, for the fans out there. For those of you that read Sports Illustrated for Kids, love that magazine. But yeah, so Fighting Irish back. Connecticut ends the season with a 36-2 record, and Maya Moore's 36 points just not enough. Of course, Skylar Diggins, player for Notre Dame, 28 points, 6 assists, 4 boards. Congrats to that team. Back to the NBA. Wondering how far a team... Well, the Lakers won their 10th in a row against the Nuggets yesterday. People are like, oh, and also the New York Knicks clinched the first playoffs bid since 2004. So congrats to the Knicks, Mike D'Antoni, Carmelo, Mr. Big Shot, Mari, and company. But of course, you look at it and think, well, things could be a lot worse. Last week, the beloved Minnesota Timberwolves, currently with a 17-58 record, offered a sweet deal at certain grocery stores. If you buy, I'm not making this up. If you purchase 4 cans of butter kernel vegetables, you can receive 2 tickets, 2 free Timberwolves tickets, and 4 cans for $3. So essentially, you're buying 2 tickets for a meal and a ticket worth $1.50 each. And I'm saying butter kernel. Even my roommate, who's from Minneapolis, shout out to John Guest if he's gotten out of bed by now, getting ready for his class. Knew butter kernel and just laughed when he heard this, knowing that things can be. But I mean, of course, you do what you have to do to get fans in the seats. So, vegetables for basketball tickets. That is actually a very, very smart idea. Never would have thought of that. It's a good promotion. I mean, it's not stupid. And they do what they can to fill the seats, and I wholly respect them. I mean, that's something. It reminds me of the movie Semi-Pro, with Will Ferrell. I watched that this weekend just for the fun of it. Good old basketball movie. Good old at the ABA about funny promotions like that. It was Jackie Moon. The character played by Will Ferrell attempts to jump over 47 feet of ball girls on roller skates. He wrestles a bear. Corn Dog Night, they score 125 points. Just crazy stuff like that. I feel like the NBA should do that. Of course, it's one of the most profitable leagues in the country, so why not? I don't think they'd waste their time, but yeah, forever. To baseball we go. Dodgers beat the Giants 2-1 on opening day on Thursday. And the reason why I say this is shout out to my boy Clayton Kershaw, Dallas, Texas native, Highland Park High School graduate, who gets his first opening day win as an opening day pitcher, which is cool. To see someone from my high school succeed like that. Of course, Matty Stafford. Hopefully, as we're currently in lockout of the NFL, hopefully he can recover also from that injury he suffered last year. But, congrats to Clayton Kershaw. Hopefully we can get his stats loaded up here. But they ended up only giving up 1 run, 5 hits. Also, he went up against Tim Lincecum, so that's cool with that. Hopscotching back to college basketball. My boy Jimmer Fredette, series of boys. Jimmer Fredette wins AP Player of the Year. It was announced on Friday. Call it what you want, controversy and everything about, did he deserve it, whatnot. For everyone that said he choked in crunch time, no. Tell me, almost 30 points a game in the season doesn't count. A consistent range of 20-plus seasons he's had, and tell me that 33 points in the tournament doesn't make a shine. And how his team still got to the Sweet 16 without Brandon Davies. So, Jimmer wins. Also surprising for the college basketball coach, Mike Bray wins AP Coach of the Year, which I personally thought I could have gone to Brad Stevens. But Bray, led his Notre Dame team without Luke Herringody from the ashes, gets Ben Hansbrough, and this team goes lights out. Hansbrough wins Player of the Year in the Big East, so strange enough for that. Other crazy stuff in sports. ESPN polls analyst Jalen Rose off the air because it was announced on Friday that Rose did not tell. USA Today reported that Rose did not mention a recent arrest on a suspicion of a DUI. So ESPN has released him for a disclosed amount of time, which is funny and ironic because all I can say is karma after the whole Jalen Rose, Uncle Tom's Duke comment he made on that Fab 5 documentary. Oklahoma Sooners, Lon Kruger, UNLV's coach, is going to coach the Sooners, taking over Jeff Capel. Rumors that Coach Half will take over Missouri. Mike Anderson no longer at Mizzou. There's rumors that Matt Painter also might take over that position as well. So, craziness in the world of basketball. To hockey we go. just a fun fact. Not a fun fact, but just a fun fact that I saw during the weekend. 9 different players score for the St. Louis Blues as they beat the Detroit Red Wings 10-3. Said head coach. Hold on. Yes, said the head coach for all hockey fans out there. Forgive me if I don't even get his name, but the Red Wings coach said after the game, I thought it would never end. So everyone loves a good old-fashioned 10-0 butt kicking. And then back to college basketball before we go to break. Also another crazy. Jay-Z, NBA is still investigating Mr. Z for being an NBA owner entering into a Kentucky locker room after they won the Elite Eight, going to the Final Four. So they're investigating they have pictures and video evidence that he went in there. And apparently NBA rules state that you cannot enter a locker room with players that aren't eligible for the draft. Which Jay-Z, all I can say is, come on, man. The people are like, oh, he's Jay-Z, he can do whatever he wants. No, he still has to follow by NBA rules. But I doubt it'll be that serious. But then again, times have changed. It's college basketball day, isn't it? AP All-Americans were announced last week. It's Jim Fredette, Nolan Smith, Jared Sullinger, and that is 3. Kemba Walker, of course, and also a surprise Juwan Johnson, who a power forward for Purdue. I think it's a questionable pick. I think Derek Williams from Arizona was a good choice. It could have been a good choice. Kenneth Faried broke the all-time rebounding record this year. Led his team to the tournament upset also over Louisville. But Johnson, fine senior on the team.